Welcome back, folks, to Tales of Equestria One Shot. What episode is this? 17? 15. It's not 15. It's like
17.
17. I am your host and DM, Lord Lucon. Hopefully, maybe, this will be the last episode of Tales of Equestria.
No.
It became one shot, and it turned into 17 episodes. So there you go. Is everyone ready? Well, first and foremost, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and who are you playing as we continue this epic adventure and epic conclusion. Starting with you, Derek Kitty.
I'm Derek Kitty. I'm playing Hippogriff Hoof and Mouth, and we fell into a hole and found the boss last session.
Yep.
Athena? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, as usual, I am playing Summer Breeze, the wonderful Kieran from Village Up the Mountain. Very curious and interesting individual who has been quite a lot at this point. So, we'll see how exactly all of these experiences add up to dealing with the boss. It should be quite an interesting discussion, if nothing else.
Right, and Goat.
I'm playing Gin, who is unconscious on the floor. And, yeah, we'll see how well that goes.
Well, tell us a little bit about it again.
I mostly just play strong, dumb characters.
Okay.
I also draw as well. I'm an artist. I do art things. Yeah.
Yay.
And you're a griffin.
I mean, yes. They said he was a griffin.
Ah!
So what happened last time? Speaking of which,
We gonna die. That's what happened last time.
We tried to take the Kieran home and failed.
Yeah, I failed real bad. It
It's not
went
understatement.
from teleporting the Kieran home to accidentally teleporting into
We went to location number 20.
no, you didn't.
Well, I mean,
this
we
is
did.
location number 20.
I know, that's what they said. That's where we went last time.
we ended up in
We didn't
Starlight Glimmer's
teleport
office.
there, we walked there.
We ended up in
Actually,
Starlight Glimmer's office, and now we walked into the woods here.
Well, yeah. I went all over the place, really.
Yeah.
And,
We
to the
did
office.
I mean, we
went
did a
into
good
the
deed.
Yeah.
We repaired a bridge for a ghost.
We had
Yeah,
to do
we
a
hope
side
so.
quest to get the password.
Provided
Long
no
password.
particular advantage to us, but it was fun.
To be clear,
It was like a filler episode.
that was a episode 1 quest.
Which I was not here
It
for.
was so easy to the bridge. I mean, that was such an easy thing to finish. So it was good to get it done. You know, we managed to go all the way back to the beginning and finish these things we'd missed. We're just that awesome.
That is true. Don't leave things unfinished, right?
Absolutely. I'm sure we missed a couple other things, but we got something else done.
Underwater hockey.
Yeah, we never got to do that. I was very disappointed.
It's okay. We're here at the end now.
Well, yeah, we should challenge Despair to underwater hockey.
Yeah,
That'd
see
be
how well that goes. You'll be fine.
Well, I suspect Despair would be at least a little confused. Could be interesting.
We could use that to our advantage.
So, the party enters into the grave of darkness. You fall down into the grave, and there, sitting in a chair, from across an empty, vast void, appears to be a shadow. Hoof and Mouth has met this shadow before. A cloaked pony-like figure stands before you, haunched, red eyes glowing, staring ominously at you. You are
Is he
cold.
standing or sitting in the chair?
Classic villain.
Yeah. So he has no actual form. He appears to be vaporous outlines of some sort of pony bipedal creature that continuously changes shape. He is less solid than the umbrum that are currently surrounding you. He stares at you, completely calm and in control, as if waiting for you and expecting you.
Probably for a long time now.
I need everyone to roll me mind. You see if you guys can identify what this place is.
Well, the realm of madness.
Hoof-and-Mouth. You're quite certain that this is the realm of despair, similar to that of the realm of discord. You're literally in its home base.
Hey,
Right.
I really is information.
He seems completely calm and in control. The chair is just an object for him to help identify his location and your location. A vast void stands before you of despair, deeper than any sea or swamp. It is nothingness, just as despair likes it. He stares at you with his red, ominous eyes.
All right. Well, I suppose since we're in the realm of despair, we may as well approach despair. Walk over toward the chair here.
Do you step out of the light?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
wait,
curious.
do we get we get 4 tokens of friendship, right?
That is correct. Everyone starts with 4 tokens of friendship.
So I'm not suicidal yet.
May I roll a pony sense, please?
Of course. You sense danger, extreme danger. This is the end times.
There's danger here.
Yep. You know that any false move could be your last.
Yay.
Any word you say could be very detrimental of your current health.
Okay.
Choose your words and actions carefully. This is literally the end boss. I don't know what else to say. This is it. This is it. This is the end game right here.
Okay.
I don't know how much more I can make this obvious.
No, I think we understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just to be clear, yep, this is the final boss. Yes. With your natural 20, you know that this is not truly despair, but more of a puppet.
This is a puppet despair. I tell the party.
Yeah, this is not his true
I
form.
suppose we despair of ever actually meeting despair.
With a natural 20, you also know that you have friends here as well. You are not alone.
Ooh, friends.
You are not blind. You can see people standing next to you.
You just can't see them in the darkness, the void darkness.
Even with
Wait.
the beach
There are
ball.
other friends here.
So yes, you are not alone.
Are the Umbramites?
Acting in a friendly manner?
I mean, I can't say anything. My character's conked out.
That is true.
That's why I'm quiet.
That's
I
can't
Jen.
comment here.
So, to be clear, Despair is so confident that he's allowing you to approach. So he's taking no aggressive action towards you. We're not in initiative order or anything like that.
Well, last I heard, he was very pleased with us.
He is.
Can I awaken Jen?
You may, yes.
Cool.
How do you do this? Currently, Jen just has a bump on his head.
Okay.
He's taking no damage.
Interesting.
Oh, I take a fish on a stick out of my bag and like waft it underneath his nose.
Roll me a mind, and you see if his fishy fish wakes you up.
Fishy.
Fishy fish?
fishy.
No. Nope. You need some rest, Jen. You need some rest. It's been pretty hard to conk on the head. So you're clearly not hungry.
Well, I thought this, like smelling salts.
Oh, smelling salts. Okay.
Yeah, I was using the fish as a smelling salts because I'm pretty sure it's gone bad by now.
So apparently, Jen, would you like to reroll or keep that one?
I will attempt to reroll.
Okay. You're spending a token of friendship to reroll. There we go. You wake up to your friend who is standing over you and putting some. What are you doing? Not a fish, but what are you doing?
I'm waving a fish on a stick, but it's been in my bag since we were at the party in Mount Eris, so I'm pretty sure it's gone bad. And I'm waving it
Again, we're
underneath
just
his
like,
nose.
"Blah."
Yeah, pretty much.
Get that. Yeah. He swats it away with his talons, like, ugh.
You are now awake.
Yay.
Oh. Huh.
Before you stands an endless void. You're not even quite sure how you're standing, but you are.
It's just like the magic of clouds, yeah.
You're also aware that this is somewhat similar to the princess's celestial plane or Princess Luna's dreamscape or Discord's realm of madness. Except by this is Despair's void.
Sorry.
He just kind of looks back and forth between you two, like, what are we doing?
I don't know, but that's why I woke you up, because I didn't want to be one person down. I think we're about to ready to get our our butts handed to us.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, we may as well start the discussion. I don't think that our host over there is going to be infinitely patient.
No.
You don't know Despair.
No, I don't. That's been a good thing.
He is clearly observing you, just watching you, right? Clearly amused.
Who wants to talk first to Despair?
Well, don't everyone jump up at once.
One of the shadow ponies, one of the Umbrams who come up to you and whispers, friend.
Yes, we are friends.
They seem to be empowered in the darkness. You see like a murky outline of each of them. They seem scared, frightened.
Understandable.
Yet they do not enter your light. Taking
What are they frightened of?
Probably the light and despair.
Well, there's an interesting question then. If they're afraid of the light, that's something that we're causing. Otherwise, it's despair. So are they caught between? And, well, basically, what I'm going to address the Umbermite there and ask, what can we do to help you?
Oh, despair can do something really nasty that undermines. It's like really gross. You can like rip them apart and combine them together.
Well, that's why I'm asking what we can do to help the Umbermites.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Save
That
Kitty.
actually could be to our benefit. Save Kitty.
Oh,
Where
if we
is
can get
Kitty?
Shadowfang, we might have an ally in this.
Oh yeah.
We could use that, and we actually went to the trouble of getting the item in order to resurrect the kitty. Where is the kitty?
Yes.
Where's Cthulhu?
Where Tiger Cat? Tiger Tooth.
Here.
Where here?
They just
Here is. All
towards
right.
despair.
Oh goody. Is he in despair?
So I'm a little confused, but okay.
Can I
Help
roll
us
mine?
get to. So I'm going to go address the Umbermite again and ask, help us get to Kitty. If we can get into.
They
Help
shiver
us.
and gesture for you to follow them towards despair.
All right.
Poops.
I will follow the Umbermite in the general direction of despair. Hopefully the party will come along because I'm taking the beach ball.
Oh, that sounds fair.
Everybody should be able to
I
control
mean,
the beach ball, I hope.
I just moved it.
Okay, good. Despair sits upon his dilapidated chair, staring at you.
Okay, so just the one Umbermite is coming. Interesting.
About 15 feet away, he stops and gestures for you to speak to despair.
That's not Kitty.
Kitty's probably inside despair. Can I roll a mind to figure out where Kitty is?
Sure.
Or
Somewhere here. You can't see him. He's here, clearly, but you're not sure where.
Well, I'm going to take a look around and see if I can find any sign of Kitty.
oh, good job.
So, Summer Breeze, you sense the Cthulhu's presence, right? But you don't
Interesting.
see him. This is something that you've noticed before. In total darkness,
What is this?
the Displacer Beast is invisible.
Okay.
You're aware of this. When you first encountered Shadowfang, he had sprung out of the darkness, almost out of nowhere, and attacked your companion. This is normal. In absolute darkness, a Displacer Beast, as long as they're not moving, are considered invisible.
Do you think it's worth calling out to our companion?
I assume you're asking the party.
Yeah, I'm talking to the person standing next to me.
Maybe.
Or are you asking Despair?
Well, I'm actually mostly just concerned about annoying despair. I'd rather not start off on the wrong foot.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to call out.
Well, then we should try it.
Shadowfang! Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Once again, you hear a meow, right?
Oh, interesting.
And Despair smiles at this.
Oh, great.
From which direction did the meow come?
From right here, next to Despair.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, well, let's go over there then.
Are you approaching the throne?
Oh, well, we're going next to the throne.
Excellent.
Over here-ish, because that's apparently where Kitty is.
From out of the gloom, next to Despair, you see what appears to be a displacer beast of some sort.
Ah, okay. Well, we found it.
Its eyes are pitched black as it stares at you.
That's not good.
No, it is.
I think this is when Despair speaks. He's like, "Is this why you have come?" It like reaches over with his like hoof-like claw and like strokes the side of the displacer beast.
Can I get some insight onto what's going on with the displacer beast?
Sure.
20 cents?
This would be a mine. You're trying to diagnose it. Oh yeah, that's a crit.
Ooh.
You know that the Shadowfang is currently enthralled by Despair.
No!
You've seen this, right? When you left Shadowfang and he was sucked into the vortex of the jar, Despair had convinced Shadowfang to serve him. Giving in to his own despair, Shadowfang gave in. One reason why we was sucked into the void.
Any sign of a black gem?
With that crit, yes.
Is it a black gem?
There is a black gem.
Ooh.
We have a target.
In this glistening, slick fur, in the center of its chest, you see a black gem embedded within its chest. It meows at you.
Meow.
Despair chuckles and once again strokes the side of this normally aggressive displacer beast. Seems calm, passive.
That it does. Although we managed to talk it down to passivity before through an act of friendship, so that may once again be successful.
With that crit, Hoof and Mouth, you know that you see several crab-like creatures
No, those things again.
around the throne.
Bear has crabs.
Yep. Many, many crab-like creatures.
Well, we already knew that. They kept coming up with you.
Can I reach a talon out to try to pet Cat Thulu or Shadowfang?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and roll me a charm as you attempt to do this.
Where I lose my
Be
hand.
very charming.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
charming.
Interesting.
I'm very charming.
Tell me what it is that you do or say.
Cutie kitty, you remember me? As I hold my talon out, palm up, talons extended so that it can sniff my hand or my talon, my paw.
Cat Thulu sniffs your thing. Blinks once. You see for just the briefest of instants, its green eyes return to normal, and then blinks again and turns back to darkness. I think you get like that little growl. You know that little like recognize meow where it's like a purr / meow, and then it kind of like fades back into a slunk, defeated displacer beast. I think that's when Despair speaks. He's like, "Does this belong to you?"
No, he belongs to himself, or it belongs to himself. I'm not sure what his gender is.
Well, currently, Shadowfang belongs to me.
Shadowfang?
Shadowfang. Would you like to trade something for him?
have in
What
mind.
would you consider as a trade?
What do you have on you?
I have rotten fish on a stick.
Yes, Swedish fish.
I do enjoy the rot. Despair seems unamused by your petty offering.
Oh, so Despair is serious about this. Interesting.
Do you have feelings for this creature?
Hmm.
Don't answer that. That's when he goes ahead and he starts to try to manipulate it and tear it apart and merge it with another creature.
Well, we could ask the same question of Despair. Do you have feelings for it? You seem quite willing to trade it, so...
It has value to me, because it has value to you.
It is perhaps a valuable thing, then. But I'm curious, what value does it provide to you?
Amusement.
Like this type of amusement.
Just like you are here to amuse me as well. It can be so lonely here in the void.
Then why remain here, alone, isolated? There are plenty of opportunities to engage with others.
Mm-hmm.
I have been engaging multiple times.
Well,
Not in a positive fashion, only in a negative fashion.
Indeed.
so would you like to break the loneliness? Would you like to engage with others in a positive fashion? Be happy to help.
Yes.
Would you help me?
That depends on what you want us to help you do.
Yeah. What's your definition of help?
I would like to leave this grave prison. And I'd like to become friends with you.
Oof.
We
Yeah,
could
this is
learn
for me to
so much from each other.
Yeah, we certainly could. There's a great deal about this place that would be very interesting to get more information on. In fact, it looks like you have an entire social organization down here. Actually, trading could begin to provide benefits to all involved.
Of course. What do you have in mind?
Well, I don't know at this point. It's a little difficult to get to this area, so perhaps working on some kind of, I don't know, transit system would probably be a good place to start.
Mm-hmm. And if you're really honest about trying to become coming up to the surface and having more of a positive impact on society, releasing everyone who's under your enthrall would be a nice sign of what's that thing?
Well, it would
Cooperation? What?
yes, something along those lines. If not cooperation, then a token of goodwill, faith.
That's it, goodwill.
Oh. You desire something from me, don't you?
Well, you desire
You
something
desire
from us.
something from us. We're discussing a trade. You wish to gain something, in this case, a friendship and access to the surface. We may be able to provide that. In exchange, we wish something of you. The release of a thrall.
Yeah.
Excellent. 1 for 1, then.
Well, I'm not sure that it's exactly a one-for-one exchange here. We're discussing something that is much less tangible in terms of something like friendship, and gaining full access to the surface is a wholly different matter. Its numerical value is hard to judge.
We're really just trying
So,
to restore balance.
You realize that the balance is off.
Yes.
Is that what you want? To be balanced again?
The brighter the light, the darker the shadow.
So has the light gone?
No, it probably is that it's really bright up there, so that they want to bring shadow to the surface to balance out the really bright light.
Yes.
Oh, wait. It might refer to the password.
Password?
Well, remember, light refers to the elements of harmony. Darkness refers to the elements of disharmony.
Right.
What if the elements of harmony are stronger than the elements of disharmony, thus throwing the world out of proportion?
Indeed.
So you're saying you want to bring balance to the force?
Yeah, because like I've been saying the entire time, despair can't be defeated because there's always going to be despair. So we need to learn to live with despair.
So you're saying we should embrace despair and accept it as part of our psyche?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's not unreasonable. It's certainly a lesson that the School of Friendship would teach, that we sometimes must be sad and go through that as part of life to fully understand others and ourselves.
Because if you eat cake every day, then is cake still special?
Yeah, it's still a lie. Well, is there a way we can have our cake and eat it too?
Oh, I can vouch for that. A creature comes out of the darkness. Something very familiar. In his paw, his greedy little paw, is a jar of endless jam.
Oh, great.
Oh, jeez.
He says, yes, of course. You may eat your cake as well. I can vouch for that.
Hi, Grubber. How you doing?
Hi, Hoof and Mouth. It's been a while.
Yes.
How's Exile treating you?
Deliciously.
Oh my God.
I think that's where he takes a big scoop of jam.
Oh my God. Stop.
Oh, that's so good.
I can imagine it just still globs of it just
Yep.
whooshing off his face and stuff
Still-
like that.
It's a pretty rainbow color too, right? It's a pretty rainbow color. But you know that's not true. It's not really that color. You've seen it in its actual form.
Yeah, it's mushy, gray, mattery things.
Yep, it's the black tar that covers the creatures.
Grubber, you got a little bit hanging off the side of your cheek there. You need to get that. It's kind of, yeah, you got it. Good job.
He says, "Hey guys, take it from me. Take it from me. You guys can have your cake and eat it too." It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
We've had a look at that sap apple jam. It wasn't very good, after all.
Yeah, we don't like your cake. It's kind of nasty.
And I would say that while we have to accept that despair is always with us, and perhaps even part of us, it's only through embracing hope.
This is where you get a hiss.
Sorry?
Where you get a hiss when you say, by embracing hope, right? And everybody's just like... you get a negative reaction from despair and all the shadows around you.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
Can I do
And this
something
is where I
stupid?
question its...
Well, talk to your party before you before you say that. I'd like to do something stupid.
Well, This is where I question the Despair's commitment to balance. Just mentioning the other side
Yeah.
results in a negative response. It should be at least willing to accept the other side as also a vital part of balance.
Can I rush up to Shadowfang and give him a really big hug? What does the party think of that?
I mean, you can do that. You'll be leaving the light to do it, which I don't think is a great choice.
Yeah.
But it actually would be a great act of friendship right now, and just petting the cat seemed to have some positive impact. So,
Can we move the light bulb a little bit closer? Wait, no, we can't because that will hurt Shadowfang. Shadowfang doesn't like the light; it burns him.
It'll shrink away from it. Do you enter into the darkness, hoof and mouth?
yes, it is spooky.
Okay, I'm going to do a stupid thing. Yes.
Okay.
So tell me how you jump off your platform into the void.
I jump off the platform towards Shadowfang, arms wide stretched to give him a big giant hug.
Roll. See here. What would this be? A body? I think it would be
I
a body.
guess.
Yeah, you're running and like hug.
Or could I do a fly?
Right. Yes, you can add fly to this because it is nothing but the void. So definitely. Oh yeah. Now roll me a charm as you jump into the void. I'll bring from
Shadowfang, I love you. And give him a big giant hug. Embrace.
You grab onto Shadowfang, right?
That's right. Embrace the darkness.
Embrace the
However, this. Well, let's see here. Give me a second.
Get the gem.
Okay, is this attack? Would it be a grapple? What is this?
Thought it was a hug. It'd be like a running hug.
It's a running hug.
Running
Tackle
hug
block.
jack. You know when you lunge at,
Right.
like when you run up behind someone and attack them with a hug.
Okay,
Does that make
so you need to overcome its defenses. You've already done that. Now roll me a die 4. Don't roll a 1.
Oh crap!
Yeah, I hate it when he says that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay. Oh, kerplunk. So Shadowfang is a 10-foot large beast, right? And he is currently enthralled by despair. You easily, like, where do you land on him, right? So he's got these, like, withering tentacles, right? And this cat-like body. You jump out of the light and, like, land on poor Shadowfang, grasping onto him, clearly. Everybody's kind of like bewildered at this hippogriff leaping out of the light into the darkness. You latch on to Shadowfang.
around his neck, not in a damaging way, but in a hug way,
Yeah.
or neck or shoulder area.
Yes, you have him around the neck. I think that's where you like feel like the gem, right, pressing
Ooh.
against you, clearly within arm's reach. Despair watches you as you do this, observing you.
Okay. And stopping for other players to make their move.
What do the other players do? As Despair is kind of like watching this hippogriff like leap at his cat. He seems unconcerned or unbothered by this. Actually,
Well,
quite amused.
I'm just speculating about how I can target the gem and destroy it should things start to get interesting.
What is everyone else doing? As like everybody, well, I mean,
I
I'm
should
not
just
sure.
leave one person.
sure what Gen would do. It's probably just kind of holding the beach ball looking up.
Okay.
Because last time he tried to pluck out those stones, he almost got possessed by one, so he's not too interested in trying to get that himself.
Indeed. You're looking up, right? Go ahead and roll me a mind as you're staring up into the void. Is that a crit?
Yeah, that's a crit for me.
You see a large serpentile creature hovering above you.
Oh shit.
Aha. The actual despair.
Yeah,
No.
like...
You believe that is the Jormungandr.
Wait a minute, I thought we stabbed that thing.
Yeah, despair
Like,
took him.
repeatedly.
You also see
Never saw the
a
body.
sword embedded deep within its eye.
Can I acquire said sword?
It is currently embedded within the creature's eye.
Yeah, that's where I put it.
So to be clear, you haven't noticed Jormungandr yet.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Gen is about to, like, shake your shoulder and point
Up.
Yeah.
Moves your head.
Summer
towards
breeze.
the looking-
This is a Okay. Just, like, grabs your chin and forces it up. He's strong enough to do that.
Summer Breeze, go ahead and roll me a mind as you're trying to attempt to identify what is currently above you.
Can I count as helping in
Holy
an upgrade?
crit!
Oh, never mind.
You see it. So here's a good question. Should I use a token of darkness to make you re-roll that?
No.
Oh, this is when they're going to be
I'm
used.
not going to do that because this is amusing. I'm going to allow it.
Okay.
You see above you Jormungandr. He currently has a sword of darkness embedded within his eye. It appears to be just hanging there in the void. What do you do?
Is it dead?
You also notice that something's been eating Jormungandr.
Oh. Ew.
It looks like little chomps have been chewing on him.
Oh, gross.
Those aren't from previous injuries caused by the sword?
Your natural 20 says that this is some sort of lamprey biting.
It looks like teeth marks. Looks like bite marks rather than sword chunks.
Well, I guess even despair has to eat. Okay, that's interesting. Does it look like Jormungandr is still alive?
It looks like it's just like floating. You know how like a fish is dead in the water, floating upside down?
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like.
Oh.
Is this like the bat cave where it has all his trophies in it or something?
I get my sword.
That's interesting.
Well, the sword, anyway. I guess I really shouldn't lay claim to it.
Your sword? Interesting. So it is embedded deep within Jormungandr's eye. You put it there yourself.
I know.
How are you retrieving this?
Same way I put it there. Telekinetically.
Excellent.
Still not touching that thing.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Is that a 12?
Yeah.
You obtain the sword.
Cool.
Sword of darkness flows down to you. Once again, you feel a scream in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I hate that part.
Yeah. I need you to roll me a mind.
Oh.
I will give you tokens of friendship.
Yes, I think the friendship may be in order here.
Tell me how your friendship, as his telekinesis wraps around the sword, this is where the sword is at its strongest. Are you re-rolling or automatically succeeding? That's a good question.
I will give tokens for either.
So 1 is to re-roll, 3 is to auto-succeed. Are you re-rolling, or
Well, yes.
are you auto-succeeding?
Well, how much risk are we willing to accept here?
It's the final battle, so who cares?
Okay.
That is true.
In which case, we should probably just spend 3, because failing here would be very bad.
I'll donate one also, so
token
one
of-
from everyone.
Okay.
I obtain 1 token of darkness.
Not like you actually use them.
Soon. So you are aware of the sword's properties. You know that this blade is allowed to slice through shadows with ease. You ignore the displacement of shadows and absorb 1d4 points of stamina. It can grant you max stamina past it, giving you plus 10 temporary stamina that lasts for 24 hours.
Nice.
Yes, it's very useful.
However, this sword is of the monster known as Despair. Should a creature use this and fall to despair, this creature will be overwhelmed.
Right.
And
Which is why
destroyed.
I had to succeed that roll.
And replaced by the creature known as Despair.
Oh, great.
You auto-succeed. I obtain 1 token of darkness. You know this sword's power.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But it's also one of the few ways you can really hurt despair. So. That's why it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can I reach into my hobby kit and take out a knitting needle, please?
You may, yes.
And with the knitting needle, I would like to try to pry the gem off of Shadowfang, please.
You may make the attempt, yes.
The knitting needle, nice.
Well, I have a hobby kit. Might as well use it. Crafting
Sure.
kit. That'd be a body.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're attempting to do. You're trying to pry it off, right?
Yeah.
You do not succeed.
Damn it.
See what the DC on. I should know the dark stone. You also see like this dark black skin begin to start to overwhelm Shadowfang.
Uh-oh. We're into second stage.
You're past the second stage. It's already in his body. It's in his
No.
eyes. But you see that it's starting to overtake his outer being.
We've got to get it out of there now.
Shadowfang, I love you. Don't go away. Probably don't be jealous. It's just a game.
Despair watches in amusement.
The power of love.
As the sword reaches you, Summer, Despair shifts slightly, but does nothing.
Interesting.
He stares at each and every one of you, just watching.
All right, so we have to get that gem out as quickly as possible at this point. What's the best option? Oh, could I use the sword to prise it loose? Dig it out.
Is that something that you wish to do? I wish to attack Shadowfang's gem, right?
Well, that's basically what it'd be, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you may do this.
Asking if I could do this. I'm not
yes.
necessarily...
So there's no defined way to remove a gem, right? There's no like a specific ritual or anything like that. You just have to get the gem off of them. So
Right, we've done everything from shoot it with fireballs to just grab it and rip it out. But
right. So you using the sword on it, of course you can do that.
oh, okay.
Are you attacking Shadowfang?
No, I'm not going to attack Shadowfang. That would just piss Shadowfang off.
I mean,
If we didn't get the gem out, we'd be in serious trouble.
Is Shadowfang able to overcome the gem and, like, if his mind reverses it, pop it off himself?
You're fairly confident that the brief moment of recognition passed quickly. Because this is where, like, the strongest, right? This is a Despair's void, right? And he seems
never-
to just be watching you guys, right? Just seeing your tactics and watching what you're doing.
We have never seen a creature infected this way overcome it on its own.
Right.
I wouldn't assume that'll happen now. So we have to get it out of there.
Yeah.
That is a correct assumption as the DM.
Yeah. Okay.
You will need to help. Yep.
And get that out. Then we can figure out whether or not we need to do other things. But that seems like step one right now, especially since the Umbramites really, really want us to do this. And actually, so far, they've proven to be fairly loyal allies.
They seem to be watching as well. They keep their eyes on Despair, fearful of what he might do.
Well, yeah.
So far, he just seems amused watching you.
Yeah.
He's taken no aggressive action towards you. And more akin to, like, studying what you're doing, right?
Curse is going to learn our tactics.
Yep.
That's okay. We're idiots.
We don't even know what we're doing. No one else could figure it out.
I mean, he's watching you now.
Well, sure. But I believe there was a quote from Sun Tzu on this. The pinnacle of strategy approaches the formless. If it is formless, even the deepest spy cannot discern it, nor the wise make plans against it. And since we have no idea what we're doing, we're pretty much in that category.
I need you all to roll me mind to see if you can figure out Despair's plan. Nope. Summer Breeze. Yep. Summer Breeze. As you obtain the sword, you quickly realize that Despair is giving you hope.
Ah, I see.
What do you think he's going to do with that hope?
Well, we're going to get that gem out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He's like, oh, well, he's going to do that. Well, I'll take that. Okay. All right. Swing away, batter. You attack the gem on Shadow.
And everyone, wish me luck. We're going for broke.
What could possibly go wrong? All right.
Don't kill it.
Let's see here. Well, that overcomes that. That's a 13. Let's see if he even challenges. Nope. You hit. Tell me how you shatter the gem.
Yay.
Well, carefully, using the sword as if it were a scalpel, we go right in past the fur and clearly and carefully excise it from the chest of the poor erstwhile shadow beast.
As soon as the gem is shattered, Shadowfang's HP goes to 0 and he falls unconscious.
No!
Guess what we have?
I want to use a healing potion on him.
You may. No one is currently stopping you. Shadowfang obtains 3 HP back. The displacer blaze looks up at you and he's like, huff and mouth. Thank you for saving me.
Shadowfang! Hug.
I think he kind of weakly hugs you with his tentacle appendages.
Creepy.
Don't judge me.
I'm not. I love it.
Don't judge me.
Wait, that sounds really bad. Okay, we're getting into a whole different
Wait,
time.
where's this going?
This is going. Let's ignore that.
I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to.
Yes.
This is wrong.
So, at this brief moment of unification, he claps his hooves, right? He's like, well done. Now I know how you free my slaves.
Ship. FTW.
I mean, Was it really that hard to figure out?
He smiles at this and he says, I was not sure how you did this. But now I know.
You have a target there.
I will need to adjust my plans. What do you suggest?
Well, if you're trying to make this harder, I would make it less visible and obvious.
Shut up.
Interesting.
Ignore what he said. He does not speak for the rest of us. He's an idiot.
Oh, I think we all are.
I usually use deceit for my siblings, but you suggest a wise plan.
Who's your siblings?
Deceit, of course.
So, what happened to the whole thing where you wanted to go to the surface and restore the balance and stuff like that? Was that a lie?
No, of course not. I wish to free my siblings as well.
No, I think the point at this juncture is that, at least from some perspectives, things are out of balance because the light is too strong.
Yeah.
So the things of darkness would grow stronger to reach that balance.
Of course.
Okay. Well, there we are.
What happened to wanting to do it in more of a positive manner than rather a takeover diabolical manner?
He says, what do you suggest? How would I resurface?
Dude, we could set up we can start communications with the princesses and see what goes from there.
We'll have Despair Weekend. Everyone can come and enjoy the darkness for a little while.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the goth ponies in Canterlot would.
Goth ponies. Yes, they would make perfect slaves. Goth ponies.
No, we don't want anyone to be slaves. We want people to have the full panoply of emotional experiences and states.
Yeah.
So you can't enslave them. That would break the balance in one way, but neither can the light have them all the time. There must be balance, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
We
Roll me mind as he
together.
says this.
Yeah, I don't think we need
I don't think he's cutting this.
Oh. Not sure why I keep pulling 13s.
Good.
But yeah, I don't think we need a sense motive check here.
Okay.
It's pretty clear where Despair's going.
E8. Okay. You're fairly confident that this puppet is lying.
Gee, we're all shocked.
Gee.
Yeah.
Shock.
So you know it's not in the nature of darkness to stay, right? It's of darkness of despair, right? Is to snuff out light and hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So currently it's just trying to amuse you, right? But you're not sure quite why he's trying to amuse you.
Well, I'm amused. So that's working.
Can we ask, why are you just trying to appease us? What's your end game? And don't try to snap out 50% of the universe's population.
No.
I have just a simple task. I need to free my siblings and bring balance into the world.
How many siblings do you have, anyway?
There's 6 siblings. 5 other siblings, just like the elements of harmony.
Oh. Well,
Right.
makes-
He corrects you and says that there's only 5.
Oh, there are a total of 6 of them.
Yeah.
There are 5 siblings.
Deceit, cruelty, despair, misery, greed, betrayal, and dark magic.
And here I was hoping for war and famine.
Guess they didn't make the family cut for the reunion.
Not enough war in Equestria. Not enough famine in Equestria.
No, apparently
There's a
not.
famine in Equestria?
Yep.
There's not much
just
disease,
not enough.
even.
Just not enough. Didn't make the list. He says yes, to free my siblings.
I suppose they've all been trapped in a manner similar to you.
Of course. They have
Well,
their
if
own
we did
plane.
free them, it would restore the balance.
Yeah, and we'd probably have enough war finally to bring that in as one of the list options.
Is really that your end game, Summer Breeze? You just want to bring war to Equestria?
Yes.
You're like totally
Yes.
concerned about war here.
Yep, he's like, yes, bring war, conflict to Equestria at last.
Why, yes, of course. You know, the Kieran are a minor power, but if we manage to get all the others to fight each other, then we could simply take over.
I feel like this is the Kieran Titan ones where they're blazing out of control.
How else do you get trade? Yeah, how else do you get trade unless there's some sort of desperate need? So, makes perfect sense.
Well, you know, the rules of acquisition say that both peace and war
my
are good
God.
for business, so.
You're trying to overthrow the communist society that is Equestria and make it a capitalist? Is that it?
We will
Well,
have war.
actually, you know, I've never noticed that Equestria is communist. It seems like a benevolent monarchy that runs on a primarily capitalist system driven by the currency bits.
That's true, but they also all work for the greater good.
Well, some of them do.
Well, most of it.
No. Then
Get away
there's...
from talking about political beliefs of the Equestrian society.
We could, although I find this a very interesting topic.
Despair finds it amusing as you guys squabble amongst yourselves.
I think it's important to understand the economics so that we can make a better society as well, because having an effective economy is part of how we distribute resources in such a way that ponies can benefit maximally over time, depending on their individual needs.
Well, then let's discuss how the Kieran village is a dictatorship.
So is Equestria.
I'd say it's more of a monarchy, not like blah blah blah. Monarchy. Ah, can't say the word. Monarchy. That's it.
In fact, so are most of the, monarchy, dictatorship. They're the same thing. One person
Not really.
dictates.
Dictatorship would be represented by forcing your people to go into the stream of silence,
Well,
and then exiling them from society if they refuse to.
to be fair, that wasn't my village. However, that all of the governmental systems that we've seen in any part of the world here are, in fact, a single, or run by a single individual. They are a monarchy, and sometimes those can fall into despotism. So, Equestria has been fortunate. They've had just a couple of rulers over the last 1,000+ years, and they have generally...
I feel like when it was under Princess Celestia, it was a monarchy, but with now Princess Twilight Sparkle bringing up the whole, bringing in the all the friendship panel of people, I think it's starting to become like a republic.
No, that would make it at best an oligarchy. It's
They're
not
an
like
oligarchy.
people actually voted for these 6 individuals. They didn't have a voice in this election, which is a defining element of any kind of Republican system.
Well, we didn't see the transition from the old system to the new system, so it could be that they voted.
It's possible, but highly unlikely, as these are exactly the same 6 ponies that were all the friends of Twilight Sparkle, which definitely suggests that if it was involved, then...
Nepotism?
Oh, yeah, or cronyism. Take your pick, really.
Truly terrible, Despair says. If only there was some way to overthrow such a terrible system.
Oh, we didn't say it was terrible.
Oh, it's not.
Actually, it seems to be working extremely well. Most ponies seem to be very happy. Friendship is spreading across the land. They're extending borders. Well, not borders. Extending interaction to others along their borders and improving relations with foreign entities. We were just discussing how there is not really any war, famine, very little disease. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good society.
Actually, think of it. Under their system, we'll probably wipe out with the way that they're spreading the light. Darkness has really nothing to do with it. So if darkness is going to continue to be a negative influence upon society, they're just going to be forced to eradicate it rather than try to work with it. So really, this is the time to improve relations and get your voice in so that you guys don't become extinct.
Yeah, freedom requires a certain degree of self-restraint
Yeah.
in order
So-
to maximize the benefits for everyone.
Would you free me?
We're willing to work with you, but we don't like the terms in which freedom comes, because your freedom seems to be enslaving everything else in society, which really isn't freedom.
Yes, when your first thought is to create thralls as soon as you are released from this place, it seems like it might not be an ideal situation. You may have some things to learn. We do have a school of friendship in the area, though, that I'm sure would be willing to provide resources for education if you're interested.
And if you're worried about the light harming you, we have developed a way for the Umbermites to be able developed a way for creatures to come to the surface without damage.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Tell me about this.
No.
Why not?
Because we're not stupid.
I don't know.
You're
You're kind of helping him out. He says, tell me more. You offer all these promises, yet you have not delivered anything.
What do you want us to
Well,
deliver?
we haven't agreed to anything, I think.
Tell me
Yeah.
how the Umbermites might travel during the light.
I feel like I'm hesitant to tell you this because of your previous statement that you wish to overthrow the light and enslave everyone. So it makes me hesitant to give away these trade secrets.
Oh. I thought friendship was about trust.
It is, but we still haven't seen any kind of trust from you.
I have taken no action against you, though it is quite in my abilities to do so.
That is true.
Well, I would correct this. You haven't taken any action against us since we've been here.
Yes.
However, your actions prior to that have shown a certain unfriendly attitude.
Of which one do you speak?
When you have to say of which one you speak, that says volumes about what you've been doing.
I would like to know my accusations.
Corrupting our friends?
Attacking us with the giant creature that is currently, unfortunately, dead up there.
But you
Attacking both of
defeated.
our cultures.
Taking us prisoner?
Did
Beating
I
us
not give
senseless
you the
with your
means to defeat that creature?
I have no idea where the means came from, whether or not they were provided by you. But the fact that that creature was even allowed to attack us under your control meant that it was a very difficult and unpleasant situation. And again, I refer back to the point at which you took us captive and then tried to overthrow our souls.
Yeah, didn't appreciate that much. Also, the part where you ripped your own people apart and recombined them in a really gross way.
Yeah, those crabs
Doesn't
hurt when
really
they pinch.
sell the. Yeah, it doesn't really work well on humane. Or is it pomane? What would humane be in pony? Because they're not humans.
Well, we all know that Umrams are not creatures.
Oh, no, actually, they are. When were brought up to the School of Friendship, they have shown signs of intelligence and learning and initiative.
Yeah, they're actually quite friendly.
Fascinating.
If
Yeah, so they are sentient.
So
They're
you're
learning.
telling me that they have not reached their full potential?
What potential is that exactly?
What else do you know about the Umbramites?
Well, there you go.
You see, I view them little more than useful tools and slaves. Yet you say that they are quite capable of more.
So, see, right there, you're saying that the need for slaves and tools, treating your own people as tools, says that you don't respect them. Until you
They
can
are
change
not
that.
people.
Mm.
You
Uh-huh.
are sorely mistaken if you believe they are.
Oh, interesting question, I suppose, at that point. Do you think we are people? Or are we merely potential slaves?
That's a good question. It's 50-50. Probably a die 8. Highs, yes, you are people. Lows, you're not.
Okay.
He says, you have potential. That is why I invest in you. Not these shadows. Not these things. I think he reaches over to the displacer beast, right? And he hisses at him. Despair doesn't seem to be bothered by this. He's like, yes, potential.
Yes.
Shadow Fang.
Well, I agree. We do have a lot of potential, and we'd like to put it to our misuses.
Indeed.
We're also potentially crazy, so.
Dan, you've been quiet. What's going on? What do you think of all this?
Did you miss the political debate?
Yeah, what's it start?
Tuned out at that moment,
and it's just like, no, I'm not gonna listen to that. But Gin sort of looks at Despair, and he looks at him for pretty long and pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Before he turns to the others and he says, I really don't think Despair is acting in anybody's best interest but his own. I don't find him trustworthy. All he wants is the information that we can provide, and then he's going to try to just kill us. We know this.
Well, would you suggest we just deal with it a bit more viscerally?
But we give him an embrace.
You're going to embrace Despair?
Oh, but it's scary.
We're going to group hug Despair.
Yes. We're going to do Bear Bear style.
So when Jin says, right, he only has his best interest at heart and everything else, Grubber stands up and says, no, he doesn't.
You're eating goop that you think is actually like jam.
Yeah, it's like really black tar you're putting into your mouth. It's gross.
You're basically eating the dead bodies of those, and he gestures to the shadow creatures.
Yeah, it's gross. You should stop.
He says, now, guys, listen. I know he's a little rough around the edges, right? But you got to work with him, right? He can see reason, and he's a pretty good guy once you get to serving him.
Well,
that's the thing. We don't want to serve him.
Yeah.
If Despair wasn't so dominating and actually was like a ruler that would let their subjects do what they want, then yeah. But he doesn't even see his own subjects as people.
Yeah. That's the big issue.
Even Griffins do that.
So Grubber like looks at Despair and is like, "You see me as a person, right?" And Despair is like, "Yes, of course, Grubber."
Yeah, of course. Yes, good little pet.
Because I realized this whole time that now was the time that Shrewd would apply to Gin. Because I gave them Shrewd.
Okay.
Go shrewd.
Shrewd is basically like, it adds on to the either mind or charm to like, I don't want to press the charm. Okay. It basically adds on to your roll, like, if you're trying to discern if somebody's lying to you or not, it's something you can roll extra.
Ah.
It's from the movie expansion from the... What were the lizard folk called?
Lizard folk. They're actually called lizards.
Oh. Wow.
That's disappointing.
Okay. I thought they had... Okay, well, never mind. But it's an ability you can pick up from that.
Too bad that, yeah, it sucks that they don't have a cooler name.
So this is a perfect example
I
for you
know.
to use it, Jen. Go ahead and use your Shrewd on Despair, viewing Grubber as a person.
Because it rolls in conjunction with mind, I believe.
Yep.
We don't check.
And roll.
Yeah. So let me roll the mind and the Shrewd. Give me a second, because I don't have macros set up.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, he views Grubber as a person. So, yeah, he seems to be telling the truth when he says Grubber is a person to him. Seems to be telling the truth.
Don't like the fact that you just keep using scenes.
So to be clear, the dice roll dictate how I narrate.
I know. I know.
I am clearly shaking my head no. But I am telling you, he views Grubber as a person.
You need to roll better.
Yeah, pretty much. To be clear.
I mean,
You assume, right, out of
that
character, you're pretty confident that Despair's lying his ass off. In character, your character believes that, yeah, see? So maybe I am a little bit judgmental here, right?
I could re-roll if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
It's okay.
Okay, we'll beat some sense into you. Rawr.
He says, okay. Despair says, fine, if you desire free will and free actions.
Well, yeah, that's kind of everything.
Oh, yeah, that's what we...
what would it
we want
take?
to do.
What would it take for you to serve me?
We don't want to serve you. That's the problem, is no matter what you say, we don't want to serve you.
You've done everything to my benefit. What are you talking about? You helped me defeat the sea serpent Jormander.
What was Jormander doing to you?
A rival.
See,
Your friend, Storm, said so many good things about you. Told me so many wonderful things about the School of Friendship. So many wonderful things.
Yeah.
But you know that friendship is a lie, don't you?
No.
no,
It's not?
It is not a lie.
nope.
Are you so
That's
certain?
why I came back to get Shadowfang.
Friendship steered my
Shadowfang
path differently.
views you as a friend?
Yes,
No.
Shadowfang is our friend.
We view him as a friend. I don't know how he views us. That's up to him to decide. Free
Oh, we
will.
can ask. Hey, Shadowfang, what do you think?
So, here's a good question, right? This is where you need to recount all the things that you've done for Shadowfang. And tell him how much of a good friend you guys are.
Well, the first thing we did, first time we encountered Shadowfang, was basically agree to allow it to have the treasure. We weren't going to take any of this stuff. We were going to leave it alone and try to be as friendly as possible while passing through the cavern. And that was a mutual agreement that we abided by.
Yep.
So Shadowfang frowns at this, right? He says, "You promised to never return. And here you are." Shadowfang says that I am the guardian of despair.
We supposed to rescue you if we didn't return.
I know. I want to say thank you.
Shared my snackies with you when I was a prisoner.
Yes, but you were just a prisoner, and I was your captive.
So? And we freed you from despair's influence by getting the gem off you.
Indeed, you convinced me to fight against despair.
Not seeing a bad thing here.
Roll me a charm.
Can I add my honorable onto that?
In what way are you using your honor roll?
That I am very sincere about that. I feel that he is my friend.
Sure. Interesting. I don't think he can beat that. Nope. He says, you're right. You are my friends. Despair is just using me as his guard dog.
Yes.
I'm nothing but a tool for him. Despair sneers at this, and he's like, yes.
Yes. See, he does not deny it.
Shadowfang backs away from Despair. And all Despair does is sneer.
Seems all Despair can do.
Despair smiles at this and he says, "What about you, Umbrum? Do you think the same as Shadowfang?" The Umbrum are frightened. Seem clearly nervous and afraid. What do you do to convince them that you are their friends?
Well, we shall discuss some of the friendly things that we have done, up to and including following their directions down to this place, and of course freeing them from the influence of, or at least from Despair previously during our escape.
Gave them little bodies.
Yes. Acquiring the gem.
To be clear, do you tell them this? Do you tell them this in front of Despair?
No.
Okay.
Well, we need to tell them these things. We need to reinforce this friendship.
What are you telling them, right? What are you telling them? Be clear and precise.
Well, first we're going to say that we are their friends and allies. That they need not fear Despair. For, as we have demonstrated, they do not have to be in the grips of Despair. It can exist independently and make their own decisions, as they have done. As we have, the opportunities that they have enjoyed at the School of Friendship, the chances to learn a language and be with those who would interact with them in a positive and friendly manner.
Not snitch
This is
out.
what?
And not snitch when they're caught doing things they shouldn't be doing.
This gets a little chuckle, right? This gets a little chuckle. So I need you to roll me a charm as you're trying to convince the Umbrums that they don't need to serve Despair. You have the power of friendship on your side.
Yes, it is a power that can defeat everything, for it is true. Let's see, where's
A
it
little bit
die?
harder to convince. Oh, well, there you go. Gotta be a 3. Oh,
Reroll.
Yeah, I have a token of friendship here.
okay.
me try this again.
Spend a token. I obtain 1 token of darkness.
1 token for 1 now? God, it's gotten worse.
No, it's 3 whenever you spend 3.
I thought it was, but I didn't think we'd spend another
We probably
3.
had spent 2 already, and then this will be the
Yep.
third.
We spent 3 for an automatic success earlier, but I didn't think we were at that
Doesn't
point again.
reset.
I had a negative. I had a 1, and she had a 1.
So
Alright.
that was the third one.
8.
Yep. Yes, they at first they were like hesitant, right, because of Despair's ominous presence. Then they like nod in agreement, and then they start like walking over and like siding with you guys, right, as they're like, take comfort in your friendship.
Come on,
Right.
guys. We'd never rip you apart and then horribly combine you with another Umbrum to make like some kind of crude experiment.
Yeah, I think they get the point.
And let's see here. The last bastion of despair seems to be Grebber, who seems to be enthralled by the shadow. Is there anything that you say to him to convince him that, well, maybe despair isn't so good? Is there any friendship, any kinship you have with Grebber that you would
Rubber,
like to
remember all the
use?
times I fought for you?
We played a great game of tag all the time.
Chasing each other
Yeah.
around.
Hasina stood up for you so many times when others would not.
Grebber says, you guys had me banished.
We didn't
I
have.
didn't.
I didn't do that.
None of us
They
wanted
didn't do
banish.
that.
That was all Dust Hoof.
My fate was in your hands, or your hooves. Claws and hooves. And you guys banished me. You left it to Princess Twilight to decide my fate.
That
You
was
That
exiled
Not
me.
us.
We didn't turn you in. Dust Hoof turned you in. We were trying to prevent him from doing that.
Was he not your friend?
Well, he's no longer with us.
Sometimes it didn't feel like he was a friend.
No.
I remember when you were struggling and I asked him to come help heal you and he didn't even come over to help you. That wasn't right.
No.
You could have actually truly died at that point.
Roll me a charm as you're trying to convince Grubber that maybe despair, maybe falling into despair isn't the right way to go.
Go, Jin. Again.
Oh, it's me doing it this time?
Yep.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
Gotta beat a 7.
Okay.
You're the one who's making the argument, so you're the one who's going to roll.
Okay. Let's see.
Beat a 7.
We have faith in
I
you.
don't know. It's not rolling. Roll. Roll.
Did it freeze
It's
again?
not rolling. I don't know what's happening.
And the watch will be like bloop, 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 bloop.
God,
No,
I
it seems
hope
to be
not.
working. So I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, no,
well
that's-
done, well done.
That's
Grubber's
not
like,
bad.
you're right. I
Oh, take
don't need despair in my life. You guys have shown me the right path. I've been led astray. I don't know why I followed you, despair. And he like sides with you guys.
Interesting. Okay.
Despair frowns at this as he sees his minions collaborating with you. He frowns at this and he says, do you think you can truly win against me? Do you
Not
honestly
about
believe
winning,
you can
it's about
defeat
working
me?
together.
Uh,
Oh, there goes Joe. Same result. Whoa.
yep, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Damn.
Told
Oh,
you.
yeah, there it goes.
Told you,
There it
there it goes. Yep. I told you this
Oh,
would
man.
happen. Why won't it work?
Well, the first one was an 8, so that
Yes.
still feels.
So you did succeed, to be clear. You did
Yeah,
succeed.
yeah, but the sheet won't open back up now.
Mm.
Maybe you need to close the browser and come back in.
Happening.
Exit and restart, because that works for me as well, because Roll20 is kind
Okay,
of picky
let me-
on that, yeah. That does
Yeah,
it to
okay.
me.
I have to, because I use split screen. Let me do this real quick. I will shove another app there. Close. Reopen. Come on. Yes, I know the character sheet is not going to reopen by itself. Don't yell at me.
Who's yelling at you? Nobody's yelling at you.
No, the Chrome is yelling at me.
Okay.
Don't yell at me. Yes,
so,
it's back! I'm back online.
Despair seems to be isolated as you all have united against him in a single front to defy despair. And he says, you think this can defeat me?
Come join us.
Paltry.
Help us restore the
resistance.
balance between light and darkness. We promise to help you.
But you have to put in the effort, too.
Yes.
It's not a one-way street.
Despair smiles at this and says, yes, help me.
Oh, fuck.
He's not getting it.
Nope.
This isn't working.
He says, first thing that you can do to help me is you can give me that potion of silence.
Dude, you have, no legs to stand on this. Everyone is against you right now. You have no way to dictate terms.
He says, I thought you were wanting to help me.
Yes,
We can't
but
help you
giving
if you
the
do
potion of
this.
Silence is not the way to help.
If you want me to go with you, I must be returned to my body.
Interesting. I did not know despair was disembodied that way.
Indeed,
One moment, please.
what you see before you is nothing but a spirit.
Well,
That is why I've been able to seep out of my prison and take actions in your world.
but it's also why they've
So
been
what
so
does everyone
militarily anemic.
If you are not aware, I require 4 things
Yes.
in order to return.
And I believe that we are aware of what those would be.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Who told you this?
People told us this. No one in particular.
People.
Yeah.
Come now, you don't think that things are written down in books, that knowledge isn't passed from generation to generation?
Yeah.
That somehow these things are forgotten? No.
Where? What books? Where did you learn this?
Dude, we're not
Everywhere.
snitches.
I thought you trusted me.
I don't think we said we trust you. In fact, it's been made fairly clear that we don't trust you, and that's part of the problem that we have. We'd like to have you as a friend, but until that trust can somehow be established through better action on your part, then
I need you to roll me a charm as he asks who told you. He has an idea. Let's see how well you hide it.
ooh,
Oh, okay. Who was speaking? Specifically, when he asked, "Who are the people
I
that told you
believe
this?"
that was
Puff and Mouth.
Believe so.
Yep.
no.
He's trying to figure out who told you this. Wow, that was really good rolls.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to roll.
Yeah, need to. Oh, it's a roll off. It's a roll off. A 5, a 12.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh, he clenches. He clenches his. Actually, I'm going to spin a token of darkness for you to re-roll
I'm
that.
going to spend a token of friendship to overcome your token of darkness.
Very well. Very well.
The first token of darkness.
He was trying to figure out who it was. And you overcome it. Tell me how you overcome it. It's like this creeping darkness seeps into your mind. You push it away.
I call upon my inner strength and remember the stare techniques I have been learned, and I give him and I hold my ground.
And the channel
He shudders at you.
I channel my inner strength and remember snitches get stitches.
Well, that's it.
A dark way to channel friendship.
Yep. This is what happens. He
Switch
says,
to-
very well. Keep your secrets, little hippogriff.
It's just remember
Music.
the meme. Fine, keep your secret.
Fine, keep your secrets.
He
Yep.
just did that.
Yep, totally did that. Yep, fine, keep your secrets. So he seems frustrated at this. He's like, I see. So there are still those that linger.
Always.
Yep.
We will need to do better next time.
Or you could just work with us, like we've been saying.
Yes, of course. Let us continue to work together.
Oh my god, you've never worked with us to begin with.
He smiles at this and he says, yes, I need my body back. Let
Guys,
us
this
work
isn't working.
together.
Yeah.
This clearly isn't working.
Nope, he doesn't want to
So,
work with us.
actually, addressing the all right, Cthulhu over there.
Yeah.
Okay, Shadow
Is there
Fang.
any way we can, yeah, Shadowfang. Is there any way we can just, I don't know, leave at this point and leave Despair imprisoned?
Yeah. How do
You
we
ask
trap
him
him
this?
again?
Yeah, I'm curious. Is that an option?
So Shadowfang, being your friend, he says, his prison is degenerating. You might be able to leave this place through a teleportation spell. However, in time, Despair will be released.
How much time?
He shrugs.
So, how do we reseal despair?
He shrugs.
Okay.
He's the guardian of Despair, not the prisoner, right?
Gotcha.
Right. Well, I'm just
No.
curious because if Despair is really unwilling to cooperate, then maybe what we do is just kind of say, "Hey, we'll come back when you're feeling a little friendlier."
We'll talk to you in another century. How about that? Put you in a little bit time out.
Put you in timeout. Okay.
We have achieved some of what we came down here for. We got our friend back. We got all our friends.
Oh, are you thinking about leaving?
Oh my god, seriously. This was an A and B conversation, so see you later.
Oh,
Interesting. So here's a good question. Are you shunning Despair? Are you no longer talking to him?
No, we're
Is the conversation with Despair over with?
No, we just felt like he wasn't really willing to. He wasn't really willing to work with us, and that's what was making it difficult.
So you know what he needs in order to leave this prison, right? He says in order to work with him, he needs his body back, right?
Does it
Right.
have to be his body, or could it be just like a body? If it's just a body right here and now, I could just crochet him a little doll for him to get into and inhabit.
Cute little Despair.
Is that something that you suggest?
Yeah, I guess so.
He says, is this what the Umbrum do?
What do you guys feel about the Umbrum deal? Telling him.
I mean, this is like literally what you're doing, right? You're literally showing him like, I can crochet you a little figurine, which you can get inside, and then we can take you out of here, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how trustworthy he is to reveal our Umbrum secret.
He's not.
I know. That's
It's
why
like
I
you
don't
keep
want to.
telling
I
me
want
that.
to say like, oh yeah,
So
I was
don't
joking,
tell
but
him.
You'll notice that Despair keeps changing the subject.
Yeah. So he obviously just wants the body to get out of here. So, but I want to help
Right.
him, but if I
Sometimes
tell him
people
this,
can't be helped.
I know.
I feel like this is one of these cases.
At this point, I don't see that Despair is going to be particularly cooperative, and so I don't necessarily think that giving Despair a body and trying to help them escape this realm is the ideal option at this time.
Okay.
We can return here at a later time to continue a conversation if that is desirable.
Sounds good. I agree with my friends. I was merely joking with the crochet things. I
What
was
crochet
frustrated.
things?
By crochet
Don't go
things.
into that.
Amnesia dust.
Okay. He smiles at this as you're like, I assume you guys are like backing away and saying, "Hey, we're going to get out of here. We're going to leave, right?"
We got plans tonight. You know,
We're going
it's
to go back towards
Friday.
where the exit was.
Yeah.
So you guys, I assume you guys are gathering together, right?
Yeah.
With the beach ball as their center. Yes.
Beach ball, right. So everybody's like, so you have a problem automatically, right? The creatures can't go into the light.
That is true.
Well, we do have teleportation option. So if we need to
You
do
have the
that,
teleportation scroll, don't you? Like, you didn't actually use that.
no, and I can just randomly teleport us somewhere too.
What if you randomly
true.
teleported
Oh
back
God!
here?
Oh God!
Ha! We leave! Teleports just poofs right back.
We're going to try that again, just a second.
Just imagine
So-
Despair would be like, oh, well, that didn't take long.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
What
it
have you
happens to 1 in
decided?
7
Yeah.
near Kieran.
So I assume everybody's gathering around the beach ball of light, right?
Yes, and we're preparing for a
You're
mass
preparing to
teleport.
depart, right? How are you doing this?
Well, we're going to get everybody together and tell them to take a deep breath, remain calm. We're going to cast the teleport spell.
Okay. To be clear, you guys have to be physically touching each other. How are you
Yeah.
touching these shadows?
Oh,
Well, if we're in the beach ball of light, don't we cast shadows that go pretty much all the way around us, like out? If our shadows are touching theirs, then they're technically touching us.
So mechanically wise,
Got
it's
it.
10-foot area, right? So mechanically wise, right? You guys have to be within the 10-foot area. How are you doing this?
I got it. I take out my seashell necklace and put it around my neck.
Okay.
And then I tell the shadows to get inside each of the shells.
Interesting.
maybe they can do that.
So to be clear, in this area, they cannot take they cannot change forms. This is where they are actually the most solid, right?
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
So, like, you to them appear to be like shadows, right?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So we technically
so-
don't exist in this area.
Not in the light.
Well, they could just, tell them to. That probably would be more
Goes-
very good idea, but you could like jump in there.
Nice roll.
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea. Let's not do that.
What
so
if we turn off the beach ball?
right. What's your
Right.
guys' plan?
That sounds like a bad idea in itself.
Yeah,
You could
because
I'm not sure what happens to me if.
well, it seems like if we turn that off, then we don't exist in here. We fall into the void.
Well, you know that Hoofenmouth did not fall into the void, but that's partly
Hoofenmouth
because
jumped
flying.
onto Shadowfang.
yeah, I
Or
had to do
Hoofenmouth flew onto Shadowfang, rather.
Well, that's
after
true.
doing a series of really complicated spells. I mean, rolls.
Yeah. So it's likely that if we turn off the beach ball, we fall into this void and fall quite literally into despair.
Well, can we just reach a hand out of the edge without having that fall into darkness?
So that's not a problem, right? Sticking out a limb does not harm you at all, right?
Okay, so we should be able to hold hands then, or touch the shadow creatures.
Okay. What do you do next?
Well, assuming everyone's holding hands and we're agreed as a party, we'll teleport.
Excellent. Roll me a die 43.
4D3?
No, just
T3.
43. 43.
4T3.
You have the macro?
Don't roll a 20.
We'll be right back here. Alright. Nope, don't do that. Ah, crap. Hang on. That's dice roller.
That's a D100.
Yeah, that
Although
was
I do have Map 55, I don't think you guys want to go there. I'd have to count that.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to roll.
That's
the
a
D100.
different
I was
campaign.
Trying to get
You guys literally teleport to a different campaign.
Oh, that would be fascinating.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, the macro is... Like, who's when I posted it? Or Dare Kitty posted it.
Let's roll D43.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where you go.
Where is 1?
Interesting. Oh my god.
Well,
Yes! Yes!
Equestria. We teleport to Equestria.
I'm so
Underwater.
sorry, guys. I am so sorry.
Should we re-roll this? Does anybody think we should get
So here's a good question. Right? Are you keeping this roll?
Well, I don't know. Do you guys think we should re-roll it?
I kind of say use a token because of the way that he laughed when I said it and then said, oh no.
It's just amusing to me. Just to be clear, it's amusing to me because you rolled a natural 1. And it's funny because you have a bunch of shadow creatures with you.
Oh god. Don't
Oh,
tell
are
me
we
we go
going
to
to
the
the throne room?
opposite.
Are we going to Princess Twilight's throne room?
Actually, I should just show you guys. I recommend just holding it. Now, the question is, right? The question is, what happens to the shadow creatures? That's the good question.
Can they,
Well,
like,
they're
merge?
going to shrink again. I presume we still have their dolls forms.
Well, not all. These are also some new shadow creatures because
Oh,
some of them. We have some of the original shadow creatures that were Umbermites, and then we have new ones that weren't in shadow, didn't have Umbermite bodies.
Yeah, so they'd be learning how to do that.
Oh, wow.
Like, if we have clothing, right? Like how Gan wears their shawl.
Like I have the seashell necklace, and that they could hide inside the shells until
And he's got bags too.
Oh, yeah,
like
bags.
Hoof and Mouth has bags too.
Yeah.
So, depending on as we teleport, we can let them hop into the bags or underneath clothing.
That's
So
how
they
we
aren't
brought
in
them out
direct
to begin
light.
with. Was in bags. Was in the shadow bags.
So,
saddlebags.
so you guys talk, right? And you discuss the plan before teleporting. Are you teleporting? That's my question.
Yes.
Because it's a good chance. It's a really good chance that you're going to someplace bright, right?
Well, yeah, I think we have a solution, though. We just get the creatures to jump in our saddlebags or something similar. There are plenty of dark places to choose from. Heck, you just put them under your wing, literally.
Oh fuck hell. He was joking with this. Oh,
The library?
the ocean.
Lightning. Look at that.
What is this?
From darkness to light, you enter into the celestial plane.
The what? There's a celestial plane?
I knew it. I knew this is what it's gonna be. It was gonna be the opposite.
There's something called the
So
frack?
Twilight Sparkle entered the celestial plane when she became an alicorn.
Oh, that place. That's not that bad.
No, it was portal purple.
Yeah, and it
So,
was-
Summer Breeze, the only way that this worked is that if you used your scroll, mark off your scroll.
if I get to do that, don't I get to choose where we go?
No, because there's other powers involved here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, would be despair.
Oh goody. Did he
So,
hitch a ride?
no, he's not coming with you.
Oh good.
He's not that dumb. Could you see
No, he
him come to
probably wanted
Celestial
to
Plane?
He probably wants to screw his people over by sending them here.
So, here's a good question. From
Not
hell to heaven. Tell me what you guys do with the Umbrum, who are currently getting lit up like a Christmas tree.
I did not mean
Are they
to
not in our
scroll.
bags?
You mentioned them.
Like
Hop
we
in the
talked
bags,
about
guys.
this.
So here we go, right? All of them leap into your bag except one.
No, Shadowfang.
Shadowfang.
No, someone help Shadowfang.
So, I actually, if you don't think we would do this because I was not planning to use the scroll, and you say that's the only way to do this.
That is correct. Is this something that you wish to do?
Not if it requires the scroll, at least not at this time.
Okay, so we do not teleport.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good to know. And
Hammered straight back to hell. So I gave you guys the option to go to heaven, and instead of going to heaven, you come back down to hell. Interesting.
Because we like the demons too much. They're good friends.
The demons. I'm trying to save the demons. Excellent. Right.
Okay.
So you attempt to teleport without using the scroll. It fails.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. We will hold on to the scroll and teleport if things become a little more dire.
So I need the spellcaster to still roll.
Okay. Oh, just a normal line roll.
Yep. Still need him to roll. Interesting.
It was not a 1.
That is true. And your intention was to teleport out of the plane of despair. Roll me a die 8 and see where you move.
Oh, crap.
And you're trying to teleport everyone, correct? Yes.
That was the intention.
Maybe we should have gone to heaven.
Okay.
Oh, this is not going well.
So 1 is up. So you teleport. It works.
Up.
You all move 3 up.
1.
No, you move 3. You move 3. And Despair laughs. As he finds this extremely amusing as you try to escape his domain.
Yeah. I'm
he
amused
sneers at
too.
you.
You want to try using the scroll now?
Do we need it, or can we get out of here without using it? I'd rather retain it unless we strictly need to
We
use it.
just
'Cause I don't think
moved
it's
a little bit.
I
don't
know.
think it's gonna
but
work.
Do you think we can climb out of here?
I thought that Shadowfang said that we could only teleport out of here.
Yeah, Shadowfang, is that correct?
Shadowfang nods in agreement.
Ah. Well, okay then. Is there anything else we want to do before we leave?
So Shadowfang says that now that you are in Despair's dominion, he has control over this plane.
Right. And you
Only
say
those who he allows to leave may leave.
Oh, goody. So did we lose our only chance to leave?
no. I think that
Well, he still has a scroll. To be clear, he still has his scroll.
we can still scroll our way out.
Yes.
But that's about it. We get this one shot.
Wait,
The scroll.
does that mean he's going to trap some of these people behind if we... Because he said only lets those who allow him to leave. He only
No,
allows-
they were all touching us. As long as
Okay.
the Umbrum and people are touching, we were able to leave last time. That's what happened before when we teleported to heaven.
Okay.
To the celestial plane. To the celestial plane. So this is the plane of despair, right? The void of
Right.
despair. Right.
Well, I guess the other question is, how many other creatures will we be leaving in the grip of despair if we don't deal with it? how many other Umbermite friends, or whatever those crab things might actually be if they weren't corrupted.
Despair just smiles at you in amusement.
I'm
Hey,
so
stop.
tired of him smiling.
This is a private conversation. Stay over there.
He is. He hasn't said anything. He's just smiling in amusement.
Yes, I'm sure. Despair is amused, and all Despair does is smile and ask inane questions.
We have no
Okay.
He says the only option now is to serve me.
Well,
That's not an option.
we can always fight, I guess.
Do you think you can defeat me?
Yes.
No, I don't think I can defeat you, nor can they defeat you. But all of us together, yes. Yes, it could be
Yes.
done.
He just smiles at this.
Oh my god, seriously. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's despair. You see, we're going to despair of anything happening except despair smiling. That's its plan. Just going to smile until we all give up.
Exactly.
And then he's going to smile when we give up.
And then he's going to continue to smile.
Oh my god.
So despair is inevitable, right? He smiles at you and says, "You know that I am inevitability."
Nope.
Yes.
But so is hope.
Hope is fleeting. I
Phil,
am
did you get
inevitable.
No, what? Oh, the connection to the server has been interrupted. Of course it has.
That's not good.
Refresh.
Roll 20, get on it. Get on it, Roll 20. Come on now.
No.
It could be Chrome too, but we're not sure.
This
Sorry
is
for
a
the
boss
technical
fight. I need you
issues,
to
folks.
cooperate.
Yep.
No.
Despair says that I am inevitability. Come, serve me.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've gone over this.
No.
No means no.
He says, if you wish, I can leave you. And then you can sit here in the void for all eternity until you beg me.
We have options. We have our own potential solutions if we need them. Really, your sense of inevitability is a little overblown, I think.
I think not. Let us reason together. I let you leave. What will happen?
Never talk to you ever again.
Oh, that depends on you.
He smiles at this and he says, it is inevitable.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
I will be with you forever.
I don't know. Actually, if you left us here, in about 3 to 4 days, we'd probably die from lack of water, so it really wouldn't be forever.
No, I will keep you alive.
Oh, interesting. You can provide us immortality?
And he says no. Yeah, that's just why I am inevitable.
So you're death now? I thought that was another category.
He shakes his head no. He's like, no, I'm not death. I am before death.
I
No. Your last gasp of air will be to me despair.
I'm like some kind of emo punk kid.
Yeah, totally emo punk. It's like, yeah. I ain't death because that's too cliche. I am your final gasp of air. I am despair. Let me write this poem for you.
And
And he like
evolved
like-
into
has that hair right, and he flips that hair out of his hair out of the way as he does this.
Let me tell you about the Black Parade.
He says, even if you defeat me, you fight me and defeat me now, I am but a spirit, and I will continue to linger, and my imprisonment will be decayed in time.
Sound like sorry. You sound like a stifled fart.
What?
How much?
You're just gonna linger and then
How much
decay over
time?
It sounds like a fart.
Yes, stinky for a while.
And you're about as annoying as one too.
He smiles at this and he's like, yes, a stinky fart.
Because he smiles at everything.
Because he's amused.
Well, he's easily amused, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, he's been alone for a long time, and all he's had is slaves. So you guys like dancing around, teleporting around, trying to gather an army against him. It's all just like fun for him.
If this is fun for you, then can you imagine what it's like on the surface with all these other creatures who have their free will?
I will enjoy it all the more.
But I mean, if you had slaves and everyone's serving you, then they'd be too scared to, do all this random stuff. Then what fun is that if they just do what you want?
I mean, what's your point?
You should
The point is that it's more interesting when people are random and have free will.
You should talk to Discord sometime.
Yeah.
I know him, yes.
Well,
Well, why don't you invite him over and we can have a discussion?
I think his perspective on this would be enlightening for you.
Yes.
I think not.
So, what are we going to do now?
That's a good question. What is the party going to do? So far, Despair has taken no aggressive actions towards you.
Yeah, it's rather interesting. We can't get a boss fight out of this.
So I know that you guys are expecting him to attack, but he's not going to attack you.
We got that.
As a matter of fact, you have everything that he needs to return. So him literally waiting for you guys to die is quite acceptable for him.
Yeah, which is why we need to get out of here. We need to not have the things he needs to escape and around when he's here.
Right.
Or come to some kind of agreement, but that's not going to happen.
We can't do
Yeah,
that.
I know.
We've tried every avenue I can think of.
You still have your scroll. You could use everyone roll me a mind. I'll give you the options that are currently available to you.
The sword does not work on the spirit, I don't think. But
Well,
Yeah, it
starting
does.
to cut through.
does?
Yeah, it does.
It's
I
starting
guess
to
you-
kill despair.
Well, I guess we get attacked preemptively then.
Off and mouth, no idea.
Nothing new there.
Nothing new there. So you guys have several options.
Doing
I will
the thing
present them
again.
to you. Your characters know this, yes.
It's doing the thing again, so you have to wait till it decides to show up.
Summer Breeze, you're aware of all the options.
Yes.
You are aware that you have the Drake's tier. You could give that to him and give it a 50-50 shot. Despair might come back. Despair might actually destroy himself.
That would be cool.
Another thing you could do is you could give over all your items to him. And then who is it that has the element of laughter?
Me! Because no one else has
You would have
elements.
to sacrifice Hoof and Mouth. But that would bring Despair back as well.
Well, we don't want to do
What
anything.
else you got?
Well,
You are
if it means
also
not having
aware.
to see him smile anymore, I'm okay with that.
You are also aware of the teleportation scroll that you guys currently have on you. You will not stop Despair, but you will be free. You also... What else do you got? You could join them, naturally.
No.
What else could you do? You could fight him and try to kill him that way. But you're aware that if you do defeat him, You're pretty confident that it will only give you the briefest of reprieves before he returns. You have the Sword of Darkness, a weapon that could kill despair if you so wished. However, should you fall while wielding this weapon, you will become despair.
Right.
What other options do you have?
I could crochet him a little body.
That will not work.
Okay, then.
To be clear, that will not work. You've seen despair walk on the surface, but only in the darkest of times. At night, in the Everfree Forest, stuff like that. And once again, he has the same form, right? And even then, you are aware that this creature that you're currently talking to right now, right, that's smiling at you, is nothing more than a puppet. So this isn't his true form, right? And then your last thing is to just give up. Just surrender and see what happens.
Well,
I like this Drake's Tear idea. I actually have an interesting thought about that.
Those are your multiple options that you have.
There's a big risk
Okay.
if we take that, though. It's a 50-50 chance.
What's your
We
option?
have
What's your idea for
piles
your
and
skill?
piles of friendship tokens.
Yes.
And we can buy an automatic success, and then we can counter every single token of darkness with the excess number of...
About your Drake's Tears, what's your idea on that one?
Like I say, we give it to them, and then we automatically succeed in destroying despair using it. And then if tokens of darkness come into play, we counter with the large piles of tokens of friendship that we have.
Okay. Another option is that we could do the ceremony, and then if he becomes evil, you could use the Drake's Tear on him.
So, Huffenmouth, you're aware that you must sacrifice your character in order to bring despair back.
We're not playing again, so it's not a big deal. That and
What?
I mean...
What? No!
If that's all we're concerned about, we should just teleport out of here. It's like, we don't have to worry about it. Despair will get out eventually. It's not our problem.
Yeah,
My Little
leave it to
Pony
somebody else.
ending has you convert the enemy.
We've tried.
cannot-
Okay, then. We can go with the Drake's Tear option, then.
Wait, do we
so
even
to be
know
clear-
how many tokens of darkness Lucan has?
He said 17 last session, plus 2 more now.
Oh,
Plus he
to
tried
be clear,
use one,
that's
so he'd
not
be
right.
at 18.
Oh, it's more like 40.
No, it's not 40. Not quite.
It's still quite a lot. And
It's-
I didn't
yeah.
I didn't know that you actually stacked tokens as you got them.
Yeah, you can stack them.
And I'm not about to go recount how many I should technically have.
I have 28 right now.
But on a one-to-one basis, we have more tokens of friendship than there are tokens of darkness.
That is true. But once you start spaying them, I start accumulating more and more.
Well, what I was going to say about the ritual is that we keep the Drake's Tear, we run the ritual, and then if the ritual goes bad, you could resurrect me with the Drake's Tear.
It's
Or
true, but on a 1 to 3...
Permanently
That's the downside.
destroy your essence.
But you have the tokens of friendship to make an auto-succeed.
Auto-succeed, yep.
But he could still
Yeah.
use the tokens of darkness against that.
Oh, to be
But-
clear, I will be using tokens of darkness. Yep.
Yeah, that's part of the assumption here.
Yes.
You
So this is
forgot-
the end game, right?
You forgot the most important rule of the tokens of darkness. He said last time that we can overcome a token of darkness by spending a token of friendship because the friendship is always stronger than
Yes.
the darkness. And I
True.
did
But
that
here's-
earlier today when he tried to counter my crit with the token of darkness. I spent a token of friendship to prevent him from doing the crit.
Yes.
But he
Right.
still got one, I believe.
Hmm. So
Well,
to be clear, whenever you guys spend 3 tokens of friendship, I obtain 1 token of darkness.
true.
So we would just be exponentially adding on to that if we tried to auto-succeed. Regardless of if it cancels it out. Because even if it cancels it out, he still gets them.
He gets them, but it's a question of how whether we're just going to go back and forth on this or whether
Right.
it stops after
We're at
To
a
be clear.
stalemate. We've been going on this for about 2 hours now, and we've come to no conclusion. We need to do something.
No, I was talking about the tokens of darkness. But
Oh, yeah. I say screw the worrying about the tokens of darkness. It's just the tokens. Who cares?
Right. You guys are thinking way too much. What does the party do?
Gee, thinking. It's a terrible thing.
See, we haven't thought. This is the first time we've thought this entire game.
Well, I'm sorry to say that. I've given you guys so much.
So, actually, the first question might be, how could we even get the Drake's tier to our target if that's what we want to do?
Let's
So
just
aren't the
offer it
Drake's
to 'em.
tears emit light? So
Yes, they're plasma.
They're
So
in my
how-
saddlebag.
But could he take it? It's technically light.
We'd throw it at him.
Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Here's the tier grenade here.
What does the party do?
I personally think we have the teleportation scroll. We could try to teleport out of here, and if need be, I guess try to not teleport into heaven.
Well, that's probably a good idea. We should probably avoid one as well, as it apparently is a bad place to go.
It's a
At
bad
least
place
for
to go for our demon friends.
Well, yes. Otherwise, we
They're
should
not
probably-
demons, they're shadows. They're
We
shadows.
could totally just go there and
They're
see if we can
totally demons.
get an alley
Don't
corn
lie,
upgrade after.
Lucan.
Demons do exist. You haven't
Demons are
encountered any
people
of
too.
them. So
Shadow
demons and the
demons are-
MLP universe are actually real. Yes.
From the blah blah blah, the human movie. Yes, I know.
Yeah. Same thing with zombies.
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 Mind-controlled
But
zombies.
Ow.
If y'all
I fell
do
laughing.
seriously want to take the Drake's tier route, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying that I guess the one that has the highest chance of succeeding and us going somewhere with the highest percentage is teleporting out.
Yeah. Actually, I don't see that these two are necessarily mutually exclusive.
What? Just eat the Drake's tier and run away.
I mean, we can always traumatize Spike to get some more Drake Stealers, right?
Oh my god!
Let's go abuse more fire
Trying to do
creatures.
it right.
We'll just go hang around the Dragonlands when Despair comes there. I mean, there'll be a lot of very pissed and sad dragons. We can just catch Drake's tears all day and keep throwing them until one succeeds.
Oh my god.
So to be clear, right? If the Drake tier succeeds, right, Despair will come back in his full glory. Should he fail, he will be destroyed completely and utterly.
Right. Neither of these is actually a great situation, but the destruction is better.
I mean,
Him being destroyed completely is not a bad thing. Just saying.
Oh, I don't know.
I read
Despair,
about
as we've
ramifications of
mentioned, is
destroying,
part of the balance of existence. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
But
an emotional thing.
there's honestly really no good concrete way to go about this. It just seems like the best way to handle this is to just knock Despair out, and every time he comes back, just keep doing it. Since he doesn't want to play nice and embrace actual balance, all he wants are slaves. We know this.
Yeah.
There's really there's not a lot of choices here.
So we can try and destroy Despair. Do we think it'll work, and is it worth Drake's tier to take that chance?
Me personally, I mean, I don't know. It's a
These are the decisions we have to make.
honestly, the best, air quotes, best scenario honestly would probably just be joining him at this point.
What?
We'd technically be on the winning side because Despair's gonna get out anyway, unless this 50-50 gambit is done. So that's honestly one of the cynical, but technically yes, it's kind of a good way, but in a bad ending type way. But all of this seems like it's going to end in a bad ending type way, so it's which bad ending you
Well,
want.
we do the ritual.
Stop giving in to despair.
Yes, give in to despair. Yes, yes.
We do the ritual. We bring back Despair. We ask him again if he wants to join us. He says no. We chop his head off, and then we use the Drake's Tear to bring me back. Happy, happy. That way we don't
I
waste
don't want
the
to
Drake's
kill
Tear.
Hoofenmel.
This is so messed up, but I love it.
Okay. If you
We
don't
could
want
just
to
stab
kill
him with
me,
a
I can
sword.
figure out a way to do it myself.
Oh my god, no! You
That
could
sounded really bad.
I mean, if you want suggestions, just go commit slip and slide in the dark. Just tumble around until you die.
Commit slip and slide.
I choose to wander the darkness forever.
Due to the editing of this YouTube video, we have replaced a certain word with slip and slide.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah. So
What does the party do?
What do y'all want to do? What do y'all really want to do?
We have three.
I say teleport out. I say teleport out
We
of
have
here.
3 different plans and 3 different players. We could just roll and see who gets the highest score, and we go with that plan.
God,
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. There's so much delay here. Good lord.
I think that's a terrible idea. One of the plans that's been suggested is that we just go and join Despair, which I refuse to do. So
I refuse to do that too.
Okay, all right.
So what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to do ritual or Drake's Tear?
We could go back to your original plan of teleport.
sword. We just stab it in the head repeatedly.
Yep, perfectly acceptable.
You gotta stab him. He'll fall eventually, right?
Well,
Well,
that's
then
what
what
happens. We just have to tank it for a while.
God,
We have
but
to-
in order to tank, we might have to spend tokens, and then that would
Who
never
cares
end.
about the tokens?
I know, right? Thinking too much. Make a decision. Come on, guys.
Despair is being amused.
I still
Oh yes,
say
Despair is
teleport.
laughing his ass off right now.
Everyone
Yeah.
roll a d20.
Okay.
Despair smiles in his corner. Yep.
Who's this? Okay, reroll.
You're gonna reroll.
You're spending a token of friendship to reroll? I guess that's allowed. I guess.
Okay.
At this point, I'm totally confused.
Okay.
Goat, do you want to re-roll yours since he wanted to re-roll his?
Is this PvP? Is
I
it?
don't know.
I don't know. Is this
Let's
PvP?
all re-roll
Oh
it.
my god!
So it looks like
I love it.
teleporting then.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, yeah, it looks like we're teleporting.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So-
Okay.
Since the party can't make up its mind, I guess.
So what is the party's decision? Let's make this final. Hammer it down in concrete. What is it? And how many tokens were spent, by the way? That's some rerolls right there.
It was one for me.
Okay. And then one for...
Summer Breeze.
Summer Breeze. So I get another token of
I wasn't
darkness. Okay.
sure if those rerolls actually required tokens since they weren't mandated by the GM.
I mean, you said reroll.
Yeah, I'm re-rolling, but I'm not necessarily re-rolling something that was part of the actual requirement by the GM. Usually when we're doing that, it's because you said roll something, we didn't like it. This time I was just doing it because my companions were annoyed.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out. We were rolling because we had 3 different options and a stalemate on to which option to take. So we were going.
So no tokens of friendship were spent. You
Yeah,
just
this
rerolled.
was-
Technically,
because-
no.
This was because we couldn't decide which plan to take.
So yeah.
Okay. So
I wouldn't
what is the
imagine-
plan? Once again, let's hammer it down. What are we doing?
Goat has rolled a 20, so it's up to her to decide.
Yes. What are we doing, Goat?
My plan is still possibly teleport. That's in my mind the best thing we can possibly do right now. That's not like a 50-50 odd.
Excellent. Roll me a D43.
So Do you want to have a goat roll the D43?
This is it,
and we can
right?
blame
This is
her?
it. This is the final thing right here. This is it. The party chooses to disengage despair. Roll it.
Way to end the game, but sure. I mean, it would work. We've saved everybody. We just kind of put off the big bad
The
for later.
inevitable. Yep.
I mean, that seemed to be what the plan was going to be anyway, especially with what Storm was going to do.
What was Storm going to do?
Storm wanted to...
He wanted to wait for a Pearl of Change so he could go fight this. He knows how to trap it, but he didn't tell us, so...
He wanted to trap despair inside himself and become despair by awakening despair himself. So he's pretty much going to use the plan that I suggested.
Yeah, it's going to cause problems for us later. So
we didn't know
So
how to
really-
trap him back.
I would assume that he would trap himself in Hope's carcass, which would be 9, so I would technically probably become a zombie despair after I was killed.
The only way to really resolve this completely would be to annihilate despair right now. There are only a couple ways to do that.
Are you teleporting? I thought Gen won, so are we teleporting?
Chen seemed undecided.
Roll me a D43
Now I am
if you are
undecided.
teleporting. Good. Despair laughs at the corner some more.
I'm going to mute myself while I drop some F-bombs, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So do you want to go with the plan of sacrificial stuff? Do you really?
I want to go with...
Why is Flammy in here?
He's been here.
Is Flammy in there?
Yeah, he's here.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's been
He
here.
hasn't said anything, so
Oh my
that's
god, seriously?
Focus.
If you
Focus,
wanna-
everyone. Focus.
If you want to
Game.
do the
Game.
sacrificial plan, and if all of you are game for it, then we'll do the sacrificial plan.
I mean, my
That's if you
preference is
really
still
want to do this.
for the gem, but
Okay, then we'll do that.
Once again,
we're using the
what
gem
is the party doing?
Okay, so we're not teleporting. We're going to use the Drake's Tier.
Excellent. Who is
That
presenting
seems to be the
Drake's
final
Tier?
decision here.
Okay.
Is it though?
No.
No, that's what everybody's wanting to do.
That's we're going to use.
teleport.
We're just
We
going to use
wanna do the
sword instead.
sacrifice.
We're going to stab it right.
Cha-cha choices. What does the party do? And how do they do it?
The party refuses
Despair-
to make a decision indefinitely.
Remains in his chair, leaning back and laughing as the party squabbles amongst themselves. The inevitability of it all. The inevitability. What does the party do?
Vote 1, so it's her decision.
Come on, Jen. What do you do? Do you head over towards the despair?
Stab it with a sword.
You see the dark, red eyes staring at Jen. Curious of what the griffin decides.
Victory or death.
Despair whispers to you, Jen. Just give up. Just surrender unto me. And you will be rewarded. I think this is where he offers a hoof, right? To Jen.
Boy.
Well, the problem is, if we want to use the Drake's Tier, how do I handle it?
So it's quite simple. You literally just say, "I give despair the Drake's Tier." That's it. There's nothing special or miraculous about it. It's literally in a little potion, right? It's in a little health bottle, a little glass vial.
Yeah, do you want me to hand it over to you?
I really don't know. I don't like this decision being on me. Because I know what I want, but what I want is definitely not what everybody else wants.
You rolled the thing. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what everybody else wants. What does Jen do? What does Jen do? You are the tiebreaker. You are the ultimate decision maker. What does Jen do?
There are no right answers. There are no wrong answers. So don't worry about it. Just do what you want to do. You can teleport away. It's totally cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do anything. You can just give in to despair.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I just completely ignore him.
All right.
Yeah, yes, because... Guess teleport, that's what I wanted to do in the beginning. I'll stick to it, I suppose.
Jen,
Sounds good.
roll me a D43.
Oh, come
The party, so Despair holds out his hoof, and you shake your head, right? The Griffin shakes his head, and then he pulls out a scroll of teleportation. Yeah, roll me a D43. You see where you go.
Griffin can use a scroll.
Let's see.
I mean, it's
Can
it's just cosmetic, right? It's just cosmetic.
Okay.
Maybe you turn to Summer Breeze, and Summer Breeze like nods in reply. 18.
Well, it's not 20.
It's probably not heaven.
Yes.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Interesting.
Oh, it was going to be interesting no matter what it was.
I feel like that's always Lucan's response to everything, so he keeps us on our toes.
You teleport. Bloop.
What?
Into a cave. There we go.
Oh, well. Cool.
Cool.
We went up about 3 floors.
You recognize this as Shadowfang's home.
Hey.
We brought you home. Congratulations.
Shadowfang
Oh
blinks
my God.
as he's like, I'm home.
Hey.
What does the party do as they recognize that Despair is just a few floors beneath you, waiting patiently?
We dropped a few bombs down there.
Yes. Is that something that you do?
No, we don't have any
We don't
such
have
thing.
bombs!
To be clear, there is a cave-in down below.
Oh, good.
Yes. Whatever that was trying to get Despair out succeeds.
What? Oh.
The party leaves the caves, I assume.
Well, as much of the party as wants to. I don't know if perhaps because Kitty Thulu and the rest may want to stay in the caves. I mean, this is home.
So knowing that Despair is still free, Shadowfang leaves.
Okay.
He will not stay here. He knows the consequences should Despair ever return. And it is, of course, inevitable. The shadows re-enter into their wooden pony bodies and return to the School of Friendship. Grubber, that's a good question. Grubber is imprisoned because he has returned to Equestria.
Why
What
can't we not try to
happens?
verdict that?
What happens to Jen, Hoof and Mouth, and Summer Breeze? As they are all aware that Despair's return is inevitable. Yet everyone is safe and sound. What do each of you do?
Prepare a comprehensive plan to defeat and ultimately destroy Despair.
Excellent. Summer
Getting
Breeze,
trains
you
to
write
get
a novel.
stronger.
What?
You write a novel in regards to despair.
Oh, very good. Finally get the
What?
Kieran help, maybe.
What does Jen do?
Jid will... Because he remembers he saw the statue in the cave. He's basically going to see if he can rally any griffins and try to train them for that whenever that comes about. So they will at least go down fighting rather than just giving up.
Jin gathers a unit of griffins, bent on defeating despair. And what does Hoofenmouth do?
Hoofenmouth decides to try to learn more about the elements of disharmony and how to balance them, and asks if Shadowfang would like to join them in on their travels around the world as they do that.
Roll me a persuasion.
Is that a mind or a
Because
charm?
Shadowfang is on the run. It's a charm. It's a roll off.
I'll go do it again.
Yep. Shadowfang agrees to accompany on your travels across Equestria to discover it. Hoofenmouth. This is when you discover that the elements of disharmony are slowly being released.
It's not good.
Yep.
No, it is not.
And
I
this is
report
how
my
we...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I report my findings to Princess Twilight and also send messages to the others.
Fully aware, they make preparations for the inevitability of despair. This is how we end this campaign, as everyone is preparing for the elements of disharmony to make their presence known. I would say thank you guys. You guys have been great players. That is how we end this season of one-shots. Whoop, whoop. Well done, guys. Well done. I know it's not a satisfactory ending, but it is an ending of which the players have chosen. And I can respect that as a DM. Perhaps future characters will find out what happens. So does anybody have anything else to say, to add to the ending of this campaign?
Thank you, Lord Lucan.
Yeah, thank you for running this game.
Much appreciated. I hope you guys had fun. I know it wasn't a satisfactory ending. So
well, all the endings we could have chose, it's one of them.
It is.
It is one of them.
So one thing that I always have as a DM is player choice, right? So players always have the final say. I don't make players do anything that they don't want to do.
Which I am appreciative of and I respect.
Okay.
Like, I like it when DMs do that and they don't try to force you to make decisions your character wouldn't.
Excellent.
Because to me, that's never a good thing for a DM to try to force you to do something you know your character inherently would never do.
Awesome. So we will see what happens in the next adventures. I don't know, the elements of disharmony. We'll see what happens. We'll see which disharmony creature I pick next. Got a lovely selection, so we'll see what the theme will be next time. I'll see you folks later.
Bye.